Hello, everybody. You're welcome to the Tech Success Mindset course. This is your first course if you want to transition to tech. This course is going to shape your mindset. This course is going to put you in the right direction. Most people want to transition to tech, but yet they just go in there blindly and they end up giving up. This course is going to shape you in the right mindset so that you're going to start and you're going to finish correctly and you're going to get certified and you're going to land your job faster than you think. I'll be teaching this course with myself and Lisa. I'll be giving the initial overview, and Lisa will be giving further insights on the course. The first module here is awakening your new identity. This is very powerful. Why? Because it's going to show who the new you is going to become, right? And we're going to look at lesson one, lesson two, and lesson three. With lesson one here, we're going to be talking about the hidden advantage of tech careers, opportunity is real for normal people, the income reality, and why now is the perfect time. This is going to be telling you about what people don't know about tech careers, right? What it entails, the opportunity that even if you have no tech experience or no tech background, you can still thrive in this opportunity. And also, it's going to show you the amount of money that you can make. You've been seeing tech millionaires out there. You're going to see the potential of how much you can make and why now is the best time that you can start. Okay. So, next, we're going to be looking at breaking the old identity. Now you're coming into a new person. How do you change from the person you used to be before into the new person? So, we're going to look at the truth about feeling stuck, shedding the old story, building a mind that can handle growth. Okay. Now we're going to be looking further. Why are you stuck? Why do you feel stuck? And how to live out of that situation. Okay. We're going to be looking at the logic behind all of this and also how to erase the old you and build the new you. We're also going to look at how to build a mind that can handle growth because you're going to be moving into new territory, new information. Can your mind handle that? Can your lifestyle handle that? We're going to break in all of that on this module. We're also going to look deeper into how to remove yourself from the OU, right? Repetition of the same beliefs maintains status quo. Mindset creates limits before skill develops. We're going to be looking at all this in depth, right? We're going to be looking at all this. Fe- Fear sounds reasonable, safe, and responsible. Most people get stuck because of fear. They're scared to get into new stuff. So they say, like, oh, I cannot do this because I don't think I have the qualification. So, but then we're going to look at how all this boils down and how you can position yourself to thrive no matter what. Okay. Why waiting until you're ready means that you're never going to move. Some people might be thinking that, oh, I'm going to start when I'm ready. But then you're never going to move because if you're ready, you're waiting for the perfect time. The perfect time is never going to come. We're going to be looking at how to erase the old you, build a new you, train to minimize risk, not to maximize potential. Because most people don't want to take risks. They don't want to take risks to try new stuff. But then when you're not trying new stuff, you are reducing your potential. And we're going to teach you on this how to break that down. Lisa is going to give you more insights on this, right? Building the mind that can handle growth, as we mentioned. We're going to see how to get ready, what you must learn, the actual step that you need to follow, and how winners move despite of fear. Okay, we're going to look at all this and also lesson three, which is going to be talking about becoming a future tech professional. You're going to look at identity. You're going to look at the confidence, how to build confidence, and how tech winners move, how your whole mindset is going to shift into a new information that you'll be consuming. We're going to break down all this here. And this is going to be available for you. This mind map is going to be available for you in the resource section so you can have access to it as well. So we're going to break down all of this and all. So I'll pass it on now to Lisa so she can take over and give you more insights on this. Thank you.
All right, let's jump right in. If you're trying to break into tech, you probably think it's all about having the perfect resume and knowing how to code. But what if I told you the biggest thing holding you back isn't your skill set, but your mindset? Today, we're going to explore how to build a brand new professional identity right from the ground up. When you hear something like that, it signals a real breakthrough is happening. See, what holds most people back from a career they really want isn't a lack of ability. It's a mindset that's just stuck. We're going to break down how to build a new one based on a perspective that can totally change how you see your own potential. First up, we have to understand the real opportunity in tech. And that subtitle says it all. Your past doesn't define your future. Now, in most industries, your career path is kind of like a straight line. But in tech, the rules are just different. And that's exactly where your opportunity is hiding. This comparison really lays it all out, doesn't it? In a traditional career, your past is everything. Your old job titles, that steady, linear climb. But in tech, the whole script is flipped. The market cares about what you can do right now. It's all about your current skills and the results you can deliver, which means you can completely reposition yourself without having to go back to square one. And here's a huge point that really demystifies the whole industry. You don't have to be some kind of genius inventor. The reason tech is growing so fast is because businesses today run on digital systems. They are desperate for people who can manage those systems, and that's a skill that anyone, and I mean anyone, can learn. This gets to the real heart of earning power in tech. It's not just about being able to write fancy code, it's about solving real-world business problems. The salary you can earn is a direct reflection of how much value you can create for a company. It's a massive shift from thinking, I can code, to thinking, I create value. And the timing for all of this? It could not be better. I mean, look around. The entire world is going digital, getting automated. Businesses aren't just looking for resumes, they're looking for skill, for speed, for people who can adapt. The folks who decide to learn how these systems work now, well, they're going to be the ones in charge later on. Okay, so if the opportunity is so obvious, what's stopping everybody? Well, that brings us right here. The real barrier. It's not out there, it's in here. It's an internal battle. It's time to confront that old story you've been telling yourself. I want you to take a second and really think about this. Do you feel stuck? Like you've just hit a ceiling in your career? It's a really common feeling. But what if it's not the whole story? What if there's more to it? And here it is. This is the big insight. You're not actually stuck. You are attached. Attached to an old identity, to old ideas about what you can and can't do. Most people stay exactly where they are because they're caught in a thought loop. And that way of thinking builds the walls around you before you even try to learn something new. And this is fear's clever little disguise. See, fear doesn't show up looking scary. It shows up sounding like logic. It tells you to be responsible, to play it safe. But that voice is the very thing that stops your life from changing. If you only move when you feel 100% ready, you'll never ever move. So how do you actually break free from this? It's really a three-step process. First, you've got to acknowledge it. That old story, it was built to help you survive, not to help you thrive. It kept you safe, but it won't help you grow. Second, you have to decide, and this is a hard stop. No more negotiating with your own self-imposed limits. And finally, you choose. You make a conscious choice to go on offense, to maximize your potential instead of just playing defense and minimizing risk. And let's be really clear about something. This is not about becoming fearless. That's a total myth. Winners feel the exact same uncertainty and doubt as everyone else. The only difference is they learn how to move anyway. They act in spite of the fear. And that right there, that's the whole game. Which brings us to our final and honestly most powerful section, how you proactively build your future self. And here's the wild part. You focus on your identity first and the skills second. Because who you believe you are will always, always determine what you're willing to do. This shows you exactly how that connection works. The second your identity shifts, your career starts to follow. Start thinking of yourself as a learner, and you'll naturally start to grow. Adopt the identity of a technician, and your focus will just lock in on solving problems. And when you embody the mindset of a professional, you'll elevate the quality of everything you do. But what about confidence, right? So many of us wait around to feel confident before we do anything, but that's completely backward. Confidence isn't a feeling you wait for. It's something you build with evidence. Every time you act, even if it's just finishing one small lesson, you collect that as a piece of proof. And once you have a big enough collection of proof, that's when you really start to believe. Your self-belief becomes unshakable because it's built on a foundation of things you've actually done. So what does this actually look like day to day? Well, people who win in this space have a pretty simple mindset. They're not trying to be perfect today, they're just trying to be a little better than they were yesterday. They're not afraid to ask questions because they get that being curious is a strength. And most important of all, they understand that tiny, consistent bits of progress, they compound into massive breakthroughs over time. And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. You don't achieve success and then magically feel like a new person. It works the other way around. You decide on your new identity first, and that identity becomes the powerful engine that pulls you toward all of your goals. So, we're going to end with the only question that really matters now. The potential is there, the opportunity is real, the path forward is all about identity. And your new one, it's just waiting for you to step into it.